All right, guys, welcome to your personal development training for today. I am Joel Dunn. I'm going to be going over some incredible things today. If you did not notice the title, it is called Fearless Leadership. So we're getting ready to go into a new month. It's the beginning of September, so that's going to totally date this, but this is one of those turning point months where you need to go in leading fearlessly so that you can take your team to that next level. So, what does it take to lead fearlessly? Well, what is the opposite of fear? It's courage. But not only do you need courage, you need to have tenacity. You have to have that grittiness, that stick to itness that comes along with being a leader. But also, as a leader, you need to have one integral part of yourself that stands high above everything else, and that is you need to lead with integrity. So, in order to be a fearless leader, one, you obviously have to have courage. Two, you need to have grit, tenacity. And number three, you need to have integrity as a hallmark of your characteristic of your leadership. So, some of the things that you need to do as that leader is you need to understand what is your individual responsibility to your team in achieving the goal this month. What are the things that you're setting up as your marker, as your standards that you're going to raise the water table for your entire team? Because when you go out, you go the way, you show the way so that others can follow along. So, have you taken the time to create your goals, your stretch goals, the things that you want to go to? And then have you disseminated that down to your leadership and ultimately to your team as a whole? Because you know the way, you point the way, you show the way, and then you go that way. So, what is your individual responsibility to your team? The other thing is you have to have purpose, focus, and discipline. See, as the leader, when things start piling on top of you, because as we know, John Maxwell says all the time, a leader never has two consecutive good days. So it's inevitable that the things are going to be piling on you because everybody brings you their problems because you're the leader. So, do you know what your purpose is? Do you know what you're going to focus on? And are you disciplined enough to execute those? You have to ask yourself and your team, what is it that we are fighting for in your business? What is it that you are doing? What is your purpose? What are you fighting for? Because if you lose sight of what you are going for, you lose the fight. So you need to make sure that you stay focused on what you are leading your team to, what the fight is for, what the mission is, and continually point back to it to keep your team engaged with going where it is you are trying to bring them. Also, you need to understand that you can only control what you can control, and you have to let go of the things that you can't control. So, we hear it said all the time, control what you can control, do your job, and then pray for the rest. The rest of it is up to God. But you have to do your part and focus on what you can control. What are the things that are in your realm of control? Those are the things that you spend your time on. Those are the things that you can focus on. And you have to ask yourself, how can I better focus on that? How can I focus more on the things that I can control and less on the things that are outside of my realm of control? You need to let those things go because what happens is people spend time like 70 to 80% on the busy things, the things that they really can't control, the things that they're trying to control, but ultimately don't produce the results, don't produce the harvest that they want. So you need to focus in on the things that you can control, so that you can complete the actions that you need to get the results that you want. You also have to understand that the discipline and the tenacity part of it is what is going to get you and your team through, because it's always going to be a changing environment. I said at the beginning here, make sure that you have your plan, you know your goal. But guess what? Having that set today and then it actually being the exact same thing you wrote down today, likelihoods of that happening are slim to none. The chances that it's going to go the exact way that you want it to rarely happens. So you have to understand that you're going to be disciplined. You're going to have the tenacity to go after the things that you're setting for yourself and for your team today. And then what do we always say? Action, 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 action. You need to take action. Don't wait for an invitation to make a difference in your business, in somebody else's life, in somebody in your team's purpose. Your job is to help develop them, help develop their purpose. And if you're waiting for them to take initiative, you may be waiting for a long time. You, as the leader, are the initiator. You go out and you show the people in your team, you show the leadership in your team the things that they don't see. Because as a leader, what do you see? You see first and you see further, which allows you to act first and bring people along for the journey. See, most people underestimate what it's going to take for them to achieve their goal. You, as the leader, you know what it's going to take. You know it's going to take more than what they think. So your job is to be there to hold their hand, to encourage them, and to pull them through to their goals. Being a fearless leader shows that you don't shy away from failure. In fact, you're the first to fail, you're the first to fall down, but you're also the first to get back up and try something new, try something different, try it again. Because your team, they totally underestimate their ability to bounce back, to get back up from a failure, from maybe not hitting a goal. Because we do this month to month, day by day. So if you have a failure one day, you need to get up the next day. If you didn't hit your goal last month, that doesn't mean you're not going to hit your goal this month. Also, as a leader, because you're putting out the BHAG, the big, hairy, audacious goal, chances are you're not always going to hit it because you're putting it out there. You're putting a larger than life goal. You are putting something out there that's going to stretch you to that next level. And you know that even if you don't hit that goal, you're going to end up higher than most people because you are setting the things to stretch you. The other thing you have to realize with this again is failure is not the enemy. Inaction is. See, the person that never fails ultimately doesn't live an extraordinary life because they're the first person to not take action. They're the first person to sit on the bench. They're the first person to be that couch coach that says all the things that should be done, but they've never once stepped foot on the field. You, on the other hand, you are the leader. You're the one out there taking action. You are trying to initiate and create things for you and for your team. So, some of the things that you need to understand and express to your team is that courage in the face of fear accomplishes great things. And courage is only a 10-second sprint. You could literally count down from 10 and then do it, and it's over by the time it took for you to count down from 10. You can do anything for 10 seconds. Now, tenacity and discipline, That is the 24, 25, 26, 10,000-mile super marathon. That is the grittiness that you want to commit to. We talk about it all the time. Your business, your life, your goals don't have a destination. Growth, getting better, helping others get better, that is the goal. The journey and what happens through it is what you are more focused on than the end destination. So, again, you as a leader, you are going to be courageous, you're going to have tenacity, and above all else, you're going to do it with integrity because that creates the trustful bond between you and your team. Take action in uncertainty because taking action leads to either a success or a failure. And as you use your failures to learn and grow, you get comfortable with taking quick and decisive action. You can even take indecisive action, and you will most likely have a better outcome than not taking any action at all. And remember, failure is not the enemy. It is something that's going to grow and stretch you and cause you to be a better leader. It's going to cause your team to be better, and it's going to allow all of you to grow. Remind yourself and your team what you're fighting for, what the goal is, what the why is for you, what the why is for them and their family. Hold tight to that because it's inevitable that you're going to have a rough and bad day, and it's your job as the leader to see further and to pull them through to the things that you know they are destined for. Your job is to be accountable to making them and their families better because somebody did that for you. Guys, I hope this helped. Go out today, share this message, be that fearless leader for your team, and help create fearless leaders in your team. Go out and make it an amazing day, guys, and I hope your day is as awesome as you are.